Hi everyone, welcome. Welcome to our Aquarius reading for April 2021. This is going to be for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, always and forevermore. Those of you who are intuitively guided to a reading and maybe you don't have that sign in your chart, forever and forevermore. And some of you are here checking up on an Aquarius. Know that your guides know that, so you'll probably receive messages too. Alright guys, we are going to start with our Mother Mary deck. Give it a few shuffles. I want to remind you that we have now moved into April's energy, Aries energy. Time for action, right? This is time not to sit back and think about things. This is about time to go after it. Planting seeds. Think about what seeds you're planting, because they will be your future harvest. It can be a very inspired time too. Sobriety. Oh boy. Sobriety. My clear mind is easily able to focus and concentrate. You may talk about sobriety just for the time being, right? To have a clear mind so that you can move forward in something. See the signs when they become available, that type of thing. Or it can talk about long-term sobriety. But what it's talking about is the choices and decisions and the reasons why I don't do things, you know, comes from that type of energy sometimes. Okay. Doesn't mean everyone's dealing with that issue. It's really talking about having a clear mind. All right, we have the Queen of Cups. She could be a Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. She looks like she's coming to a wedding, like she's coming to the affair, like she just won an Oscar type thing. We have the Two of Cups. Interesting. So that's a soulmate energy. She may be carrying the cup that matches the other cup. We have the Six of Pentacles. Beautiful. That's a very give and take type of energy. And then we have Justice. Card of Libra. We have the Seven of Cups. So that talks a little bit about sobriety, right? Because in the Seven of Cups, chances are I want to make a decision about something. I want to make a choice. But I'm not sure which cup to choose, right? Maybe I worry one of them contains a snake. But one of them has an opportunity, right? But for some reason, I'm unsure. Usually it talks about a little bit of chaotic energy. We have the Queen of Swords. So, Aquarius, that attaches you directly to the Two of Cups. Can be another Aquarius. Libra. We have double Libra. Gemini. What's wrong with my head? We have the Devil, card of Capricorn. It's interesting. We're getting a lot of people. Could also be the energy of that. We have the Queen of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. She's looking right back at that Devil. Certainly could be talking about a Capricorn. Some of you may have gone through a divorce with a Capricorn. Or you're thinking of it, wondering if things would be fair. And then we have the Eight of Cups under the Seven of Cups. So, in one way or another, this is you receiving some type of an emotional clarity within yourself, right? Because it feels like you want some type of a new beginning. But in a way, fearful of making a choice, a decision about something, right? You know, I feel like I know who my Two of Cups is. And what I like is the Six of Pentacles beside the Two of Cups, because it kind of gives us the energy of that Two of Cups. Six of Pentacles is a very give and take flow, a very open give and take type of flow. It's a very generous spirit type energy. It's giving what I can, that type of thing. Yet I come down here, I'm seeing this Queen of Pentacles, and for some reason I almost feel like she's trapped by the Devil, or I don't know if trapped, she's enthralled by it for some reason. I don't know if it's like pulling her towards it. She seems to be staring it right down. All right, well, let's see the rest of the cards out. So we all kinds of people, right? Queen of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Looking right back at Capricorn. Queen of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. King of Swords, Queen and King of Swords together. Connected. We have the High Priestess. We have the Palace of Swords. And then we have the Nine of Cups and Temperance. Temperance being a card of Sagittarius, by the way. So, wow. Let's look at this for a second. So we have the Nine of Cups, first of all, with Temperance coming over that. Let's talk about divine timing, right? That may certainly be saying that we need to bring ourselves to the energy of the Nine of Cups. And that is where, first of all, we learn to trust our decisions, right? And we make our decisions from like a sober mind. And you know, it doesn't have to mean that someone's drinking and all that. That's not really what I mean. It's a clear mind, right? And in a way here with Temperance involved, even in the reading, it talks about divine timing, things happening in their timing, you know, being at the right place at the right time. When is the right place? Well, sometimes the right place is determined by what your free will actions will be, right? Like, how will you accept something? Maybe you won't. Maybe, you know, when you reach the end of a cycle, you didn't take that moment to reflect and then clear it. So anyways, Wow, look at this. We have the Palace of Coins on the bottom of the deck, the Palace of Pentacles You know, this again talks about like what kind of energy can I potentially end up in? Well, that's a very abundant type energy. Um, you worked for it. Don't get me wrong. All right, let's break this down. Let's figure out who all these people are. Some of them are the energy of that sign. Remember, signs or let's say astrological signs are also there to give us a hint of where would our energy best be served, right? If I'm in a deep thinking type energy, well, it doesn't really fit in the energy of Aries, right? Aries is about go, right? So you have to think about that. Doesn't mean you can't do it, but that may be where sometimes we find a little bit more difficulty. Alright, we have the Five of Swords coming over this Queen. We have the Five of Wands. Wow. Five of Swords and then the Five of Wands is almost mirroring energy, right? We have the Strength card, which is really coming over the Lovers. I'm sorry, the Two of Cups. But I really can't fit it there with the microphone. We have the Three of Pentacles coming over the Six of Pentacles. This is telling you what can bring you abundance in this time period. This is a time period where working on your own craft. Like, what do you bring to the world? This is the energy of wherever you put your focus is what you're going to grow within this time period. A great time of starting businesses. And listen, some of those businesses that are started are due to the experiences that you have gone through, right? Almost like I'm writing a book about soulmates, right? Here's these two fives. Well, what else do I have? Look at this. I have the Ace of Cups nonetheless, right? Nonetheless, here's the Ace of Cups. Eight of Pentacles moving into the Eight of Cups, is this energy that I'm willing to put the work in, right? I mean, if I expect the best, then I've got to be that, right? I got to match what it is I want to bring in. And it's just the way it is, right? Because think if you put all this work in yourself, right? And you're like vibrating at this high level and doing well, you're abundant, you're able to give, you feel full, and then someone comes into your life who is totally opposite type energy, right? Wants to steal from you, causes drama, lie, you know what I mean? It's like, ugh, like I don't need that in my life, right? So right then and there, I kind of am at a crossroads. Do I leave it or do I drop it, right? Five of Swords is kind of, that's what I'm looking at. And then the Five of Wands right next to it, not only am I looking at, I'm realizing the toxicity that may be around me, but I'm also now seeing my part in it, right? Because in the Five of Wands, I'm mirroring that energy. So I feel like it's really quite that simple. Do I want to stay in this type of energy, knowing that that's the type of energy I'll manifest to me? Or is it time to put your focus elsewhere? Put your focus elsewhere. I get this often that some of you have a love for the law, or a love in helping the underdog. And I almost feel like you somewhat had to be the underdog. so that you could really connect with those who may now be in that energy. I get that a lot. Um, and I don't know why it always pulls me to law. I'm just thinking like I'm in a law library. Like all that's available and the beautiful dark woods, and you know what I mean? Like that's the image that I'm getting. But then the Ace of Cups is with that too. So we also have two cards down here. We have the Empress, and then we have the Devil. So we have double Capricorn, almost side by side here. This Devil is attached to the Lovers, though. And this can also talk about the energy within the Devil, and that is, that is the things that you feel tempted towards, the things that you may feel tied to. This one image here where this person is in the cage, being submissive, even though the cage door is wide open. He doesn't see it, right? He should at least feel it, but he's not. He's under the influence. Right? He believes that is his truth, and therefore it is his truth, I guess. But I don't know. And then I'm looking at this Queen of Pentacles looking back, and I feel like, in a way, maybe I misjudged her. Maybe this is part of you. Like, looking back, seeing that. Maybe that time period within your life, right? Feeling tied to that lower type energy. I'm saying lower, but I feel like, let's say shadow. But the High Priestess is here at the same time. So what this tells me is that this is the type of energy where, you don't always see it, but you can feel it. You can feel it. And that's what you trust in, right? The High Priestess is here, like, letting you know that, right? So anyways, let's go back. We have the Empress coming over the Seven of Cups. Queen of Cups. Some of you may be deciding whether you want to even have a baby. Want to add a baby, and maybe you're having the feeling of adding a baby, but you don't know if the timing is right. I feel like you do know if the timing is right. Like if there's a lot of Five of Swords and Five of Wands type energy, to me, that feels like the timing is wrong. But I don't know. What do I know? So anyway, and it does feel like the Devil has an influence somewhat over this Queen of Swords, right? He's right over her. And yet, when you look right above the Devil is the Five of Wands, and they're both mirroring each other, and it's traveling through the Two of Cups energy. You could certainly talk about healing a relationship, but to heal the relationship, it would really take awareness. Like, we would have to really be aware of what we're healing. And then put our focus. I feel like then we have to put our focus on the love. All right, we have the King of Swords. Interesting. That is weird. So we have the King of Swords now over the Devil. We have the King of Swords down here below the Devil, with coming over the Queen of Swords. Interesting. So we have the Queen and the King together again. There may be somewhere in a chart a double Capricorn also, I want to say. I just feel like this is talking about a particular um, type of couple and where they find themselves, right? I feel like, we ride the wheel, and that's why it's important that we get our foundation as strong as we can, because we know the winds will come, right? The winds will come. That's what we're guaranteed of. But when our foundation is strong together, right, we don't get pulled off of it. We have the Knight of Cups. Interesting. Well, a knight is bringing us a cup of fulfillment. What's in this cup? Well, what's right above it? The Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups, right? That's unconditional love. It's funny, like we can, boy, I mean, we can love someone and then we can hate someone, right? But the truth of the matter is we really love them. This is about seeing that side, because I feel like it's talking about those who want to stay together, that, boy, you can mirror each other's energy, and I don't know, I feel like you take it to the brink. We have the Six of Cups, and we have Justice. Someone may have gone through a divorce. This could certainly talk about a couple who have gone through a divorce, but yet find that, that didn't cut the tie of love. It just cut the material aspect of us. You may find it coming back around again. Again, is it meant to be? Well, I feel like Temperance is over the Nine of Cups, so within the Nine of Cups, it means I had to travel through, what? The Eight of Cups, which is right here. That's me, and probably the other person, taking a moment to look within my emotional house. Why do those cups keep getting knocked over? Right? I pick them up, boom, they get knocked back over. So I got to examine the cup. Right? No, not for judgment, just for wisdom, so I can understand it, so then I can therefore either repeat it if it's working for me, or let it go if it's not. And that's exactly what it has you doing here in the Nine of Cups energy, right? Because you have the Seven of Cups above that, right? Like, even just making decisions in life, it's hard to trust the energy here. Right, and I feel like too, I just have to put this out there. I feel like, as it relates to sobriety, just be careful, because I can see the momentum growing within the let's say the amount, the intake. So, which therefore, you find yourself making, like, the choices that you make just dig you deeper and deeper. I don't know what to say, but I know that you can climb out of it. That I know. It's about the awareness. Anyway, okay, so we have the Page of Swords coming over the High Priestess. So in some way bringing you a sense of truth, right? Speaking truth. Right next to Justice. First of all, Justice, double Leo here, or Libra, by the way. But Justice is also about making you whole again. And it's interesting that it's coming right over the Queen and the King of Swords, no matter what your sign is, right? But it's also coming next to the Six of Cups. So it talks about whose energy's in there, right? But above that is the Empress, though. So in a way, I feel like it's saying these experiences that maybe I used to call mistakes, these experiences that I've had, The more that I can see my own self in it, the more I can overcome it. The sooner I can overcome it, and the less of those experiences I will have. I just feel like that's what you're learning. Okay, what else do I have? We have the Five of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Wands. And we have the Moon, card of Pisces. We could talk about a shadow, right? A shadow that's cast upon. This Five of Pentacles talks about at one point in your life, perhaps with this one person, there was some type of a tower moment that happened in your life. This is when you feel like your hand's been forced, right? You're thrown out into the cold, but you don't have an opportunity to just sit there and feel sorry for yourself. You have to keep moving. It's like you don't have a choice. It's interesting, all the fives that are coming up, and we're in a universal year 5, so you may find yourself doing quite a few changes, but they all benefit you, I have to say. The Five of Pentacles talks about the energy that you're moving towards, and it even explains to you why certain energy even existed. Like I said, I feel like this has just been part of your destined path. Five of Pentacles means I'm on my way of learning. I'm becoming a more compassionate human being, a more understanding human being, a more reasoning human being, a stronger, rooted human being. And this is a time period where you tend to then run into, because of the energy that you're omitting, you tend to run into people on similar paths of you. This is a great time that if you're open to learning, I'm telling you, the information, it's just going to be there. You're going to think like, oh man, like, I wonder how you do this, or I'd really like to learn about this. And you're going through YouTube and boom, it's like there's a video about how you do exactly what you were just asking. So those are signs. You're being guided. You don't have to follow them, but in a way, why not? Right? Why not? So ultimately, like every story, it shows the joy. It shows the hurt. It shows the overcoming. Right? It shows the courage of moving through the storm. Right? The Ace of Swords is like giving you. It's like reigniting. Right? It's illuminating. If there's any type of shadow, here's the Ace of Swords. It feels like it's like your stick of dynamite that you take forward with you. So sometimes these hurts actually end up putting us just right at the right place at the right time. And that's kind of what I'm feeling at this reading. I feel like I'm going into circles because, I don't know. I just feel like I'm going in circles. I feel some of you, someone is finally divorcing another, or you're finally divorcing someone, and someone had been waiting for you. I still feel like take that slow. Because I feel like any time that you are able to spend alone and enjoy, and maybe even create in that time, it's like divine is saying, yeah, like we're behind that. We're definitely behind that. Wherever you put your focus, right? If you're focusing on love, but you're focusing on unconditional love, right? That means you have to match that, right? Eight of Pentacles. I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to put the work in. I'm willing to do what it takes, right? And from that energy, there will be success, right? She moves to the 9 to the 10. It's success. So, what's wrong with a little of financial success along with a little bit of love? Nothing. That's what it feels like, a little bit of realization to bring you to the potential of everything you really wanted, right? It all starts with trusting you, believing you. Some of you, it's sobriety. I hate to keep bringing that up. But, it kind of, the reading backs it up a little bit. Anyway, let's leave it there and let's read the card. Again, it talks more than just what we think of of sobriety. Mother Mary supports your intention to have a chemical-free lifestyle. She can guide your detoxification process and support you in choosing sobriety, one day at a time. A clear and sober mind is better able to concentrate during meditation and prayer, in the same way that a sober driver can better steer an automobile in a straight line. Your prayers for help in this regard can also reduce or even eliminate cravings for unhealthful substances, so that sobriety is a pleasant and peaceful choice. Mother Mary's love will give you the feeling of comfort, bliss, and love that you once sought through substances. I have a hard time saying that word. It's weird. All right, guys. I'm going to leave it there. As always, thank you for choosing to spend this time with me. I feel like I want to say an hour. I'm not sure how long the reading's been, but I feel like it's in that area. Thank you for those who stick it out till the end. I never get those who leave early, because I feel like the end is where, it's just like a movie, right? It's just like a movie. Anyway, thank you guys. Thank you for everything. Remember, this is a month to take a chance on yourself, with a clear mind. Take a chance on yourself. Move into action, but it may even just say move into action day by day. You're planting seeds right now. Here's a potential of, I don't know, it just kind of feels like everything. Everything. And everything may look different than what you thought everything would look like. So, keep that in mind too, right? Temperance is saying you just let go of control of that. I got control of that, right? Divine has control of that. But it's usually better than what we could expect. So, trusting within divine timing, paying attention to the signs, all of that is, all of it's an important part of you creating, really, the life that you want. Anyway, I love you guys. I will see you in the readings. Bye-bye.